Well, very good morning. You've joined me on another adventure here on the beautiful River Nene. The sun's just coming up. I'm at the very noisy Whitworth Flour Mill in Wellingborough because I'm moving a boat today from Wellingborough embankment, where I am now, all the way to Wellingborough, and you're going to come with me on the journey.
If only I could move the boat as the crow flies, but 4 miles, 3 locks and endless river bends lay ahead as I prepared to cruise downstream. The forecast was for sunshine, but gusts of up to 45 miles per hour later in the day, so I wanted to set off as early as possible. The sun began to creep slowly from its slumber. It took what seemed forever, or was it because the clocks went back an hour, and I was missing that extra hour's sleep?
Right, it's time to leave noisy Wellingborough here. This is the boat that I'm going on. This is Norman 23 and her name is Spirit, so I'm taking Spirit up the Nene. The sun is just coming up now, so I want the perfect sunrise cruise. There's a little bit of breeze. I've got to get my bike on board, get the engine warmed up.
It's so wonderful to watch the myriad of wildlife awaken, and as I board Spirit, everything around me was coming to life. I packed my bike and had mixed emotions, sad to be leaving this wonderful mooring spot, but happy to be on the move. Time to cast off. So it was goodbye to Wellingborough as I headed downstream. Watch out, swans!
It didn't take very long to get out of Wellingborough, but I've got my first obstacle. There's loads and loads of weed, and what I've had to do is trap the weed in the lock, and then I'm going to let the weed out at the other end. Hopefully it will all go through, because otherwise I'm going to get my props snagged, which I don't want to do. So I've got to do this first. It's really tedious because I've got to set the lock, reset it, and then set it again ready for the boat to go through. And I must say I've probably wasted a good hour or so just to try and clear this weed, so I hope this works.
It took me nearly 2 hours to finally clear the loch of drifting weed. But I was finally through. Still, I mustn't complain, the weather was still on my side. Next stop, Ditchford Loch, 2 miles downstream, one of only 2 radial lochs in the country. The countryside here was a mixture of farmland and meadows, but beautiful nonetheless. I was happy to amble along, but the river had other ideas. The flow was fast and the levels were high. I was literally going with the flow. There are some quiet, idyllic parts of the riverbank along this stretch. We are also reminded that this area was an important settlement in Roman times at Chester Farm.
For a long time I've always wanted to go under the railway bridge. That's brilliant.
The 14 Arches Viaduct was constructed in 1853. The railway line and viaduct would have been built by navvies, the term abbreviated from navigator and coined in the late 18th century when a network of canals, often known as navigations, were built across the country. Navvies turned to railway construction from 1830 onwards as canals were superseded by trains. After Ditchford, I navvied my way past the Nene wetlands and Rushton Lake Shopping and Leisure Complex on the outskirts of Rushton, still battling against this fast current. It was a relief to see familiar surroundings, and I knew I wasn't very far from my next and final loch, Higham Ferries. It seemed really strange cruising alongside the busy A45 road. Most of the locks on the River Nene are electric guillotine locks, but you do occasionally come across a manual one, such as this one at Higham Ferries, so there's lots and lots of winding to do. On we go, and now for the final stretch of this journey. The final obstacle was the old bridge at Wellingborough. I had to put the camera down as again strong flow under the arches made for an unpredictable passage. With my final destination in sight opposite the beautiful Stannick Lakes, I could finally moor up and secure the ropes and have a well-deserved cup of tea. What better way than to watch the clouds roll by and the water reflecting off the bow? It was an adventure in every sense of the word, and I had loved every minute of it.
As you can see, it's getting windier and the sun has gone in now, clouds are rolling in. That means the weather's taken a turn for the worse, but I've come as far as I needed to go, so I hope you've enjoyed your adventure with me today. My next run is going to be from Wellingborough to Oundle, so please stay tuned for that as well. That's going to be in another episode, but I hope you've enjoyed this adventure. Please like and subscribe, and if you want to follow me, click that notification bell and you will receive updates for when I upload a new video. But until next time, take care, stay safe, and see you again soon.